Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. Thank you all for your kind comments about my question regarding the history lesson or history video that I suggested. And I already talked to my daughter about it. I will sit down and write what I want to say so it will be more coherent. And then we will sit together, me and my daughter, and devise how to do that, because I've never done a video like that. So we will see. She will help me. She is studying how to film. She is, although in high school, but this is what she's doing. And Rosie just came back, and what does she want? Ma, הרגע חזרת. מה את חמודה? מה את רוצה? I think she wants some food. Let me just go and get her some. She has two types of dry food, and she likes to have both her bowls full, and if one of them is not full to the top, then she comes and wants and asks for it to be filled. So this is what happened now. So I filled it up for her. Okay. So, my daughter is going to help me, and I will do that video, and I hope it will be ready by the end of the week. Anyway, this reading is going to be around Eugenie. And Eugenie is an enigma. And ever since Harry and Meghan left, she's been suspected as a mole, as someone who is giving them information, as someone who is actually more on their side. And at first it was whispered, and despite things that could have, made her angry, for example, the fact that Meghan made it known to everyone that she's expecting when during Eugenie's wedding. It seems that Beatrice took it more to heart than Eugenie, and Eugenie actually was cross with Beatrice when Beatrice did something. I don't remember exactly what, maybe you do, but she did something that was a punishment, that would seem like a punishment, and then came out the information that Eugenie was mad at Beatrice for doing that. And after they left, there were all sorts of suppositions, and Harry and Eugenie and Jack, after they got after their son was born, moved to Frogmore Cottage, and they lived there. And there was this question of whether or not they're paying rent to Harry and Meghan. Last year at the Super Bowl, everyone was stunned to see Eugenie and Harry sitting there, very relaxed and watching the game. And on the Netflix live commentary, Eugenie was there with her son, and we all saw the foursome going out to dinner, and they seemed all cozy and nice, and it seemed like they are great friends. And then came the funeral, and in the funeral there was a lot of coldness, and I remember the body language guy doing this analysis of the way that they looked at each other when they went out of the church, and the way that Jack was looking at Harry, and the way that Eugenie did not look at Meghan, and a lot of speculation around the interaction between them, and whether or not they are still good friends. But now it appears that the rumor mill is still working, and people are saying that Eugenie is the one who came out with the information that Frogmore Cottage was not, that the lease on Frogmore Cottage was not renewed for the Sussexes, and whispers were said that this was a test that William did to Eugenie, waiting to see if she will come out with the information, and she failed that test. And actually, Sarah and Beatrice are mad at her. I'm not sure it's even true. And then people are saying that last month, when Eugenie was in California, because she was in California, or she was photographed there, that she did go and visit Harry and Meghan. So what is going on, and where is Eugenie stand? Where does she stand? It's quite evident that she is cross with King Charles, that she's not happy at the way that her father is being treated, and maybe the way that she acts is a way of showing her anger at the way that her father is being treated. One thing that makes me kind of in a way wondering. People keep on saying that she and Jack might move into Frogmore Cottage, or maybe into another royal lodging. I don't see why they should get any kind of royal lodging. She's not a working royal, the same way that Harry does not deserve any royal lodging. She doesn't deserve it as well. I don't think that Beatrice lives in any kind of royal habitat. So I don't know why people think that she has the right to live in any kind of royal palace or any royal apartment. She has been living in Northcote, as much as I understand, for a while before they moved to Frogmore Cottage. But Frogmore Cottage was not too small for them. It was not too shabby for them. And the last that I saw was that she and Jack actually were packing up everything that Harry and Meghan left in Frogmore right after King Charles decided about the eviction, which is in January, and that when they came to visit last month, they brought those things to them. So there is no need to wait for them to come over and take their things. Their things are they already got those things. Eugenie brought it to them. Okay, so let's look into Eugenie, and I'm going to use the Celtic cross. It's the best way to look into a person. So I'm using the Pagan tarot, and before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So let's clear the deck. Okay, so Princess Eugenie, where does she stand with the question of the Sussexes and the royal family? Is she more prone Sussex, or is she loyal to the royal family? What are her goals? What does she expect to achieve from what she's doing? Is her anger at King Charles and the way that he treats her father clouding her judgment at the way that she's acting towards the royal family, towards other people in the royal family? Is her way of acting towards the Sussexes comes from the way that she feels about her father and her wish to show King Charles her anger about the way Prince Andrew is being treated. Princess Eugenie, her feelings towards the royal family, her real feelings towards Harry and Meghan, and how does she mean to go forward? How do her sister and her mother really feel about her actions? Do they support it or do they feel bad about it? Okay, so let's cut the deck. And the first card is the card that shows Eugenie and the way that she feels, acts right now. And the card that I'm getting is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is a card of going out on this road or this journey to get your potential realized in the material world. So this is a beginning of a road, and this is just a beginning of a way. Now remember, she's pregnant. She is let's say a newlywed in a way. She has a very small child, and now she's pregnant. She's about to have a second child, and I understand that she wants her children to be raised in the UK, despite the fact that that Jack is going to be based in the US, and there was talks about them moving to the US, but what I read was that she wants to stay in the US. So right now she is in this fork of the road and she needs to decide where she's going. So she is now in a place of deciding how to move forward. And I always talk about the 3 cycles of the tarot. And the first cycle in the suit of wands is the cycle that starts with the Ace of Wands and then goes to the Two of Wands and the 3. And the Ace of Wands speaks about being able to get your wishes realized in the material world. It's about being able to manifest, it's about being able to create. But then after the wholeness of the Ace comes the 2, and the 2 is breaking that. The 2 is the wholeness is being broken to 2, and then there is this fork of making a decision. There is a decision that she needs to make. There is this place of the need to be active, to make some kind of decision, but also be active and to do something, to be able to, just one moment, to be active. All 2s are cards of a crisis, some kind of crisis. And the crisis in the Two of Wands is a crisis of understanding what it is really that you want. And Eugenie right now needs to understand what is it that she wants. It's like this woman that is standing here with the wand in her hand, with her hand like this, looking at the road before her and thinking to herself, okay, so what's next? What do I want to do next? Where do I go from here? This is exactly the place where Eugenie is right now. She's looking at her future, she's looking at her past decision and her future decisions and thinking to herself, okay, so what's next? What do I need to do? What do I want to do? She is not completely sure. And she's in a crisis. She doesn't, so even if she was in favor of the Sussexes, right now she is in a place of not being completely sure of if what she's done was the right thing. She's not certain. And Two of Wands is a card that speaks about going abroad. It is a card that speaks about travel. It is a card that speaks about development. So all of those things are in consideration. These things are troubling her, the fact that she might need to move, the fact that she might need to live apart from her husband, that he will be traveling a lot, that maybe she will have to travel a lot, what will happen with her children. Yeah, all of those things are occupying her thoughts and her mind, and she is in this a very difficult fork in the road when she needs to make decisions. Okay. So the next card is the card of the obstacles, the things that are obstructing her. And what we're getting here is the Seven of Cups. It came up in the reverse. So let me just check. Okay. So the Seven of Cups is a card of dreams. And it's about dreams that can become a reality. Now, here the dreams are obstructing her. So we're talking about illusions that are obstructing her, because these dreams cannot become reality. When it is on the negative, we are seeing that she is right now, these dreams are obstructing her ability to see reality. So these are illusions. She doesn't see reality as it is. She doesn't believe that she can make her, or that she can make her dreams really come true. She doesn't believe, many of the things that she's doing are because of her limited belief in the right actions. And sevens are all about being in the right place at the right time. Sevens are also about getting out of the comfort zone. This is a theme that is going through all of the sevens, getting out of the comfort zone. In order to be able to fulfill the message of the seven, you need to be able to get out of the comfort zone. And if you cannot get out of the comfort zone, then you cannot fulfill that. And she has trouble getting out of the comfort zone. So this card shows that she is, in a way, not seeing reality as it is. She cannot understand the processes that are going undercurrent. She is doing things without thinking. It shows that she's unable to succeed in what she's doing. She's running away from reality. It's hard for her to get out of the comfort zone. She is naive, and that is why she's doing many of the things that she's doing. She's naively believing. I think that many of the things that, well, okay, let's say maybe in a more structured way, there are two sides here. There are drinking the Kool-Aid that Harry and Meghan are giving her on one side, and on the other side there is this believing what her father is telling her. And these two things are all contributing to her inability to see reality. And she is, although I think that she's older, or I'm not sure who is older, she or Beatrice, but she is very immature she's not mature enough to understand the things that are happening undercurrent. She's fighting ghosts in a way, and she thinks that she needs to fight her father's war instead of him. He's not fighting those wars, but she does. You don't hear Andrew going against his brother. You don't hear Andrew coming out against the royal family or the king, or doing anything that opposes the king. But she's doing things because she is unable to see reality, and she's unable to see the undercurrents. She is really, well, not a very good politician, let's say that way. And it's hard for her to understand. It's just like, it's very hard for me to come across with what I want to say, but it's really hard for her to leave her comfort zone, because she's a very straightforward person, and everything she thinks that things should go in a very straight line, and she doesn't see how things can go in a roundabout way. And for her, it's something that is impossible, and that is why she's unable to understand that. So she's unable to see that Harry and Meghan are using her for their purposes. She's unable to see that her father is using her for his purposes. She really is very naive. This is what I can say about her that comes out from this card in a very strong way, that she's very naive. She doesn't do these things on purpose. She's not conniving. This is not a conniving card. She's not someone who is there conniving and thinking, how can I go undercurrent and undermine the royal family. She's not that. It's not out of cruelty or out of being mean and bad. She's naive, and she's letting people take her by the nose, or just lead her by the nose. Let's say it that way. She's believing the fantasies and the stories that she's being told, and she's drinking their Kool-Aid from every side of the and I don't see that Jack is in any way bringing her down. So she's there in this fantasy world, and she's unable to get out of her comfort zone. So this is a card of someone who is really very naive. It's really very, well, I feel pity for her. And in this card, I would say that she could have experienced with Harry a few of his trips, okay? And you know what I mean. This is a card of someone who might have used and did some of those things as well. So these are the things that are mainly obstructing her from going forward. Okay, next card, the underlying currents, or what are the motives of what she's doing? What is motivating her? No, I'm sorry. The next card is the goals. It's the goals. What is she trying to achieve? And what I'm getting here is the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of curious, because the Five of Pentacles is a card of destruction and failure, known in advance, because you are acting out of being threatened. And I would say that this is something that she's really afraid of. And this is one of the things that she doesn't want to achieve the Five of Pentacles. She doesn't want to get to be in the Five of Pentacles. But the Five of Pentacles comes because you are being in this place of being very, very defensive, not justifiably defensive. And since you are conducting yourself in a defensive mode, you are ending up in destructive and failure. She's afraid of that. Now, there were all sorts of rumors about Jack entering all sorts of bad businesses, losing a lot of money. Actually, some of the rumors were about Harry and Meghan investing money with Jack, and he lost some of their money as well. It is about money. It is about losing money. It's also about, I think, that her father and his money problems, and the fact that he might go to a trial, and have to pay a lot of money, could be there. And if you remember, when I did the reading about the house in Belgravia, I got that Beatrice was part of the one who helped Sarah buy the house, not Eugenie. So I'm not sure that Eugenie is in such a good financial state. And this card also only shows it that she is very, very obsessed about that. So this is in her conscious mind. This is what she's thinking about. She's really afraid of getting there, of being in the Five of Pentacles situation, and of becoming, of getting to this destruction, to this failure place. And she's afraid of this, and this is one of the reasons why she's being very, very defensive right now. So this is, the goal is not to reach the Five of Pentacles. So now the next card is, what is the underlying motives? What is coming in the underlying energy, which she's unaware of. And what I'm getting here is the elemental of swords. The elemental of swords in this deck, it's the Page of Swords. And you remember that the Page of Swords is the journalist, it is the reporter, it is someone who is very good in verbal communications, but also very slick tongue, very good in lying, in getting away with things by talking to people and convincing people through his communication, through verbal communication, and convincing them that he is actually on their side. So in her subconscious mind, she's thinking about how to convince everyone that she's okay, how to convince the royal family she's on their side, how to be okay with everyone. This is what she really wants. She wants everyone to believe that she's okay, that she's not taking sides. This is what she really wants. She wants to be able to be that very, very slicked person. She wants to become that person. This is what she wants. She's unable to. She's unable because she's too naive to become that person. But this is what she wants to be. She wants to be that slick-tongued person, that person that can convince people that he is actually on their side, but to actually work for her benefit. This is who she wants to be. She wants to be that person who can, with her verbal communication, be that person that everyone believes because she's so convincing. This is who she wants to become. And as you can see, this card shows a woman. This is not a typical Page of Swords. It shows a woman that is coming out of this let's say smoke, and is getting out and becoming this amazing woman. And I'm putting it away because there is nudity here, but it is a woman that is coming out to the open. It's a little bit like the World card. It is like this woman who is very exposed to the world. She has these wings, so she has this feelings of being a fairy. So it gives an air of a very different sort of woman than Eugenie really is. And this is a mask, and this is how, and the court cards are people who wear masks. And this is exactly what she wants to be able to do, to wear a mask where everyone will believe the mask that she's wearing, not who she really is. That she doesn't want to be transparent. She doesn't want people to be able to see right through her. This is what she doesn't want people to see. She doesn't want people to know who she is. She doesn't want people to know who she supports. She wants to be an enigmatic person that everyone will wonder, and that she actually works for herself. She has this, and once again, it goes well with this fantasy card. She has this fantasy of being this woman that is maybe even something that comes from a movie, this very very strong woman who has her own agenda, that knows how to take care of her own agenda, that knows how to manipulate people. She has this fantasy of becoming that woman, and this is what is in her subconscious. She will never admit that. She will never come out and say it. It will never come out to her conscious mind, but this is in her subconscious, this illusion or this fantasy that she can become this woman who is very strong, someone who can take care of her own and can manipulate others to believe that she is on their side, while she is actually taking care of what she needs and what she wants. So this is what is in her subconscious mind. Okay, next card is what is she leaving behind her? And what she's leaving behind her is the Elemental of Cups. Elemental of Cups, that is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, that is, as you can see, a card that is not a very good card here. Just see the difference between both of these cards. This is what she wants to become. This is what she wants to leave behind her. This is the card of someone who is in the depth of despair. This is a card of someone who is really in need of mental health therapy. This is the artist, but she is, I know, working in the art area. So but she's not leaving the art world. She wants to leave behind the mental health problems. She wants to put that behind her. This is what she wants to put behind. This is what she thinks that is not helping her. But she does have those mental health problems. And everything that is connected, and this is what connects her to Harry, I think. The fact that both have their own, each have his own problems, different problems, but this is what she knows that is not helping her to move forward. She wants to leave that behind. This is what is pulling her down. This is what is pulling her to the depth, and she wants to leave it behind. So this is what she wants to leave behind. She doesn't want to keep on having those bouts of despair, but she does have those. She knows that she needs to take care of that, but she is not taking care of that. But this is what she wants to leave behind her. What does she see before her? So what does she want to come into to her life? And what I'm getting here is the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers is a card that is a complicated card, because the Lovers is not only about love and good feelings, because it is about not only, it is also about, and this card shows it very well, it is about looking at your life's pathway and deciding what is it that you don't need, and deciding what are the things that you can do without, and really simply taking those things out and just being very cut clear, being very total. And this is a card that goes very well with the beginning that we just started, because this is where she is, and she knows that this goes with her to her future, because this is where she is now, and this is where she is going to be, because this is a decision that is still there. This is something that she will have to, these are decisions. It's not one decision, it's a lot of decisions that are still there, still in her future. And just watch that we see a woman here that is dressed like these women. It's like this nun or a pagan nun. And she looks at this fork on the road, just like this woman looked at the fork of the road. And she needs to make a decision on where does she go. Does she go with these women? She dressed like them. She is already ready to go with them. Or does she go with her family who is waiting for her? The child, I think it's a mother. What does she do? Who is the one that she can cut out? What is it that doesn't help her? So it is a big difficulty here in this card, but this is what this card talks about. It talks about difficult decisions. It's about cutting out, and she will be making those decisions in the coming months. She will have to make a stand. She will have to be more clear-cut. She will have to be more decisive about what is she doing, what going to do. She will have to be. She won't be able to stay in the shadows. She won't be able to keep the fog about her. About her feelings towards the monarchy, the feelings towards the Sussexes. She will have to come out with the truth about what she feels, about what is she choosing, which are the what is the true thing that she's choosing here. This is what she will have to do, and this is not an easy choice. As you can see here, for this woman, it's not an easy choice. It won't be an easy choice for her because it will be a choice between family, the royal family, and her and the Sussexes. It will be a choice between her small family and the bigger family. It will be a choice between the UK and the US. There will be a lot of choices in the next month, in the next year, and she will have to make those choices. And this is what the Lovers is talking about. And these are this is what the being total speaks about. Okay, so what is her attitude regarding the royal family? And her attitude is the 9 of Wands. So regarding the royal family, for her, it is about standing against obstacles. So for her, being part of the royal family, it's being there and having a lot of obstacles that she needs to stand within. So the 9 of Wands is going and standing within one more obstacle, believing that once you stood within all of those obstacles, when you won all of those obstacles, everything will be okay. And if you remember, I got this card also for Harry, and I said that because of that card, I believe that he will go to the coronation, because I believe that he will try to show the world that he is a strong person, that he is strong enough to show the world that he can stand within all of those obstacles. And this is exactly what she is feeling. She's feeling that there are a lot of obstacles that are thrown her way because she's part of the royal family. Everything that her father is going through, everything that she's going through, this is how she feels. And it's a lot. It's a lot to stand. And she feels that she needs to invest a lot of physical and a lot of emotional strength into that. And she feels that it's a lot to stand with, but she feels that she needs to be strong in order to withstand all of those obstacles. So it's not easy for her. It's not easy for her, and she doesn't relish on the fact that she's part of the royal family. How do her first relatives, let's say Sarah, Beatrice, how do they see her involvement with the Sussexes? And what I'm getting here is the Two of Cups. Now, once again, that is another two. So it's another imperfect card. And the Two of Cups is another card that is talking about the need to be active, the need to make a decision. So Sarah and Beatrice are actually saying or seeing her in the two energy. They are seeing her as someone who is being torn between, let's say, between two sides, between obligations and between loyalty and loyalties and between friendship, and she's torn, and they see that. And what they are saying is, you need to make a decision, you need to make a call, you need to come out and be more decisive, you need to be there and to be more decisive. That this is the make some kind of one step that will make you well, the people will know where you stand. This is what they are saying. No matter what is your decision, what you decide, whether you are going away or you're staying, if you're staying, you need to decide that you are, if you're staying in the UK, then you are staying in the UK, you're taking the side of the royal family. You need to be totally in the royal family. You need to be very decisive about that. If you decide to move to the US with your husband, that's okay too, but just make that decision and go, and then you can come out and say that you support the Sussexes. That's okay too, for their point of view, but they want her to be decisive. They want her to come out and clear the fog. This is what they want her to do. They don't want her to stay in that limbo of the two. This is where they don't want her to be. They don't want her to start making decisions. They want her to start walking in that road. Start making decisions, start deciding what you cut, who you cut, and start walking in that road. You cannot keep on that limbo. You cannot keep on that fantasy world. This is something that you can't move, keep on that. This is not something that you can go on forever. You need to make a decision. You need to start doing things. Okay. Next card is, what is she afraid of, or what does she hope for? And what I'm getting here is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a complicated card because it's a card that speaks about victory, but only victory if you are asking for the right kind of help. Usually it is about mental health therapy. So she wants that victory. She hopes for that victory. But she's afraid that she will be or asked, or that she will need that mental health therapy, that she won't be able to leave those difficulties or those problems behind. She wants to achieve that victory, but this card is telling her you will have to ask for help. This victory won't come by itself. This is about this fight that will come, and she will have to take sides, that she will have to be part of this fight. And if she wants that victory, she will have to ask for the right kind of help. And that kind of help is not an easy kind of help to ask for. This is not something that she can just go there and go for a few sessions. This is not a magic trick. This is about really being in a long-term session, long-term treatment, and going through your problems and understanding why it is that you are in that dual position, that you cannot decide where you want really your life to go further. So what can we see for the outcome? The outcome is not this card. Okay, so it's this card, and we have the devil. So unfortunately, I don't see anything good coming out of this. It looks like the devil is going to take Eugenie all the way. Looks like the fantasies are going to overcome her. If she started using things with Harry in the past, probably she will develop some taste for this. Maybe after her second one will be born. If she decides to move to the U.S., it will become even worse. It looks like if she decides to move to the U.S., she might even pull a Harry and maybe even start scrutinizing the royal family. I see her as a big risk not only as the one who supports Harry, but as someone who might even start her own vindictive road. So beware. The royal family really needs to beware of Eugenie, because she is a loose cannon and she is dangerous. And the devil is just, as a result, this is terrible. So a lot of things here that show that she is being motivated by things that are not so, let's say, pure, and the outcome, it's not a very good one. Okay, so this is the tarot. The oracle is the wisdom for healing cards by Carolyn Miss. Now I have to thank Meghan for introducing Carolyn Miss to me, because I came to know Carolyn Miss after archetype came after archetype came up, and I started looking into her Carolyn Miss archetype book, and then I found out that she had the cards archetypes, and I even gifted her one deck in my previous giveaway. And then I started looking into other decks that she created, and this one is one of them. So I really love her decks, and I haven't used one in a while. So this is wisdom for the royal family, and I actually decided that I will take a wisdom card for the royal family before I did the reading, and somehow probably I have a feeling that something will be needed beforehand. Okay, so let's start by clearing the deck. Wisdom for the royal family on how to deal with Eugenie. Wisdom for the royal family, how to deal with Eugenie, who is being very dangerous to the royal family. Eugenie was posing a danger to the royal family. Okay, so the cards I see are a little bit mixed up, but it doesn't really matter. The message here is on the card itself, and it says, change direction. Know that healing sometimes depends on the strength, willingness, and ability to change direction. Many people postpone doing so due to fear or laziness, and then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Your goal to make one solid, effective healing choice by the end of the day that can positively change the direction of your life. Now, this is, of course, a message for one person, but for the royal family, I believe that the message here is they need to change the way that they see Eugenie, to realize what a threat she is to the royal family, to realize the danger that she poses to the royal family, and change the way they treat her, to change direction in every way possible to the way that she is being treated, the way that she is being addressed, and find a way to deal with that wisely. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.